Hey there, friends. If you're watching this, that probably means you weren't able to make it on Friday night, and that's totally okay. I get it. Everybody's got busy weeks. But I just wanted to make sure that you had all of the information. There's going to be several points where I stop in this video and kind of give you a second to do a little work in a workbook, just take some notes. I do have a notebook for you at the gym, so if you're in this week, make sure you ask me or one of the other coaches about grabbing that. Otherwise, you can just do these notes on a journal or simple piece of paper that you have at home. Totally works. All right, so let's get into it there. So, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about mindset, and more specifically, we're going to dive into the right mindset and to achieve your goals during these next 4 weeks. When it comes to your health and wellness journey, you probably think about losing fat or gaining muscle. Going further, you probably think about how many workouts you hit in a week, all the foods you eat or perhaps don't eat, how much water you drink, and maybe even things like sleep and stress. What if I told you that there is actually something even more important than that may be holding you back from reaching your goals? I had a client I'd been working with for a while, and each time we met, she felt more discouraged. Every week, we'd adjust her plan, different meals, simpler prep, shorter goals, but the same cycle kept repeating. She'd say things like, I was doing fine until I skipped lunch, then I grabbed pizza, and by dinner it was fast food, then cookies, and then the next day started with a donut because I felt like I had already ruined everything. She'd finish with, I'm never going to lose the weight, I'll probably just gain more, and each time she said it, she looked a little more defeated. Have you ever felt this way? Most of us have, so know that you are not alone. When it comes to our health and wellness journey, it's easy to get wrapped up into the all or nothing mindset. It's easy to feel pressure to constantly strive for perfection. It's easy to only focus on the result rather than the journey. If we fall short, we tend to rebound. Tonight, we're going to discuss how your mindset may be dampening your motivation and making adherence feel nearly impossible. Our nutrition program is powered by Healthy Steps Nutrition. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition should not be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit based approach to help you reach your goals one step at a time. Shifting your mindset about how to lose weight is the biggest factor in losing weight. We can't shift our weight from the outside without realizing the correct inner resolve and intention. Let's take that idea a step further. At the heart of behavior change is a model used in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, a framework that links thoughts, feelings, and actions in a constant loop. This triangle helps us understand how our inner world shapes our outer habits. Thoughts: I messed up again, I'm never going to figure this out. Feelings: guilt, shame, frustration. Actions: give up, binge eat, stop tracking your meal prepping. CBT helps you become aware of inaccurate or negative thinking so you can view challenging situations more clearly and respond to them in a more effective way. When your mindset leans towards self blame, all or nothing thinking, or defeat, your habits will follow. But when you shift your thoughts, even slightly, your emotions and actions shift too. That's why mindset is the root of motivation, consistency, and long term success. So if you want to get out of the start over every Monday cycle or stop spiraling after one day off, here's what you can do. Follow these 3 steps to shift your mindset. Step 1: know where you're going and why. Before we talk about how to change your habits, we have to talk about why you want to in the first place. When someone says they want to lose weight or eat healthier, I always ask, why does that actually matter to you? Without a meaningful reason behind your actions, motivation fades, especially when life gets messy, busy, or stressful. If you've ever started a new routine or diet but couldn't stick with it, it might not be a willpower problem. It might be a clarity problem. So, in your workbook, you're going to take a minute, pause this video, and jot down 3 traits you admire in people you naturally gravitate toward. Think of real people in your life, not influencers. 3 traits you want to embody in your future self. Be honest. Who are you becoming? And now look at both lists. Do you see any overlap? Is your why hidden somewhere in these traits? That's where your real motivation lives. Not in a number on the scale, but in the kind of person you want to be and how you want to feel living your life. As you take the time to dive deeper into your why, I want to encourage you to create a strong emotional connection to it. Not just a surface level answer like to lose weight or to be healthier, but something that truly means something to you, something that pulls you forward when motivation feels low. This might sound like, I want to feel confident in my own skin again. I want to be active and present in my kids' lives for as long as possible. I want to prove to myself that I can follow through. That's your anchor, and on the days where things feel hard, when you're tired, discouraged, or tempted to quit, that anchor is what keeps you grounded and reminds you what this is really about. So now again, in your journal or your piece of paper there, whatever you got, you're going to pause this video, take about a minute, write down your why. Not what you think it should be, but what it really is. This emotional connection to your goal is what internally fuels you. It's what helps you stay committed even when things aren't perfect, because let's be honest, they never are. But if you know your why, you can always find your way back. Step 2 is to set goals that guide you, not stress you. When it comes to setting goals, there are two types you'll often hear about. Outcome goals, these are the results you want, and process goals, these are the actions that get you there. Right now, we're focusing on your outcome goal, but we want to make it smart. I'm sure you've all heard of this, but a SMART goal is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive. So let's take a common goal. I want to lose 20 pounds. That's specific and measurable, but it's missing the how long and realism. So instead, let's reframe this. I will lose 20 pounds in 5 months. That's a SMART goal, and it gives you something clear to aim for. Bonus tip, a realistic weight loss goal is about 1 to 2 pounds per week, which equals 4 to 8 pounds per month. So 20 pounds in 5 months is both realistic and motivating. So now in your workbook, we're going to pause again, and you're going to write down your own SMART goal. Be honest, don't make it perfect, make it doable. Now that you've set your SMART goal, let's zoom in on the real magic, process goals, or what we call action steps. These are small, specific actions that move you toward your bigger goal. Think of them as the how behind your why. And here's the key. They should only include things you can control. If you're not 100% confident you can follow through, you're aiming too big. Set the bar low enough that you'd bet your house on it. We're building momentum here, not chasing perfection. So for example, let's see your SMART goal is to lose 20 pounds in 5 months. Going back to our example here, you might be tempted to write something down like, I won't eat fast food anymore. But let's flip that. I will bring my lunch to work 4 days per week. That's specific, it's positive, and it's completely in your control. So now we're going to pause again, and in your workbook, you're going to write down 2 to 3 action steps that support your SMART goal. Make sure each one is in the positive, what you will do, realistic, fully within your control. The more you focus on what you can do daily, consistently, confidently, the more likely you are to stick with it long enough to see results. Action builds momentum. Momentum builds belief. Belief changes everything. Visualize what you want to happen. Let me give you an example from the gym that illustrates just how powerful your mindset really is. Imagine you're getting ready to hit a heavy lift, maybe a front squat you've been chasing for weeks. You unrack the bar, take a breath, and your inner voice says, don't screw this up. Don't dump it. Don't fail. What do you think happens next? You get in your head, your breathing changes, your focus shifts to fear, not form, and just like that, your chance at a strong lift slips away. Now imagine a different approach. Before stepping under the bar, you take a breath and tell yourself this. Chest up, drive through the floor, stay tight, you've got this. Same lift, different focus. And more often than not, different result. The takeaway, when you focus on what you don't want to happen, that's where your energy goes. When you shift your mindset to what you do want to happen, you align your body and mind to support success. This is true in the gym, and it's just as true in your daily nutrition habits. Instead of, don't eat junk this week, try, I'm planning meals that make me feel strong and in control. Instead of, don't screw this up again, try, I'm focusing on one small win today. Now that you've mapped out your goals and action steps, let's talk about building the mindset that helps you follow through even on the hard days. Step 3, remember the 3 R's: refocus, reframe, and recover. When things are going well, it's easy to stay motivated. You're meal prepping, getting your workouts in, seeing some progress, and it all feels doable. But let's be honest, life isn't a straight line from A to B. There will be off days, stressful weeks, unexpected events, and it's in those moments that your mindset matters most. That's where step 3 comes in. Let's stick with our example SMART goal. Lose 20 pounds in 5 months, and your action step, bring lunch to work 4 days per week. Now imagine this. You get slammed with a crazy day, forget your lunch, and end up eating pizza and soda at the office. Later you think, I blew it. Then maybe you grab a snack from the break room, then something sweet after dinner. By the next day, you're in the already failed, so why bother mindset. Or maybe you missed one workout, and before you know it, the whole week's gone by. And here's where reframing comes in. Instead of zeroing in on what went wrong today, ask yourself, what's been going right these past couple of weeks? Have you been consistently hydrating? Have you been walking more? Have you been showing up for yourself in other meaningful ways? Next, go back to your why. If your why is to be more active and present with your kids and you skip the gym but spend a meaningful evening with your family, that's not failure, that's alignment. But if what pulled you off course didn't align with your values, then that's your cue to pause, reframe, and refocus. The big picture is that reframing is about zooming out. This journey isn't about one skipped meal prep or one missed workout. It's about patterns over time. And the mindset you bring into those imperfect moments is what determines whether you spiral or bounce back. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to keep moving in the direction of your why. After reframing a situation, the next R is refocus, and this one's all about reflection. We all have that little voice in our heads. Sometimes it's helpful, you've got this, just take the next best step, and sometimes, well, it's not. You blew it, why even bother? Here's the thing, your inner voice drives your actions, so when you're in a tough moment, feeling like you failed or can't get yourself back on track, ask yourself, is the way I'm thinking helping me act how I want to act? Be who I want to be, and feel how I want to feel. That one question can pull you out of a spiral and reconnect you to your purpose. So, a mind body reset strategy is while you're focusing on your thoughts, also refocus your body with your breath. Try a little box breathing so we can all do this together here. You're going to inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, breathing in energy, calm, and focus. Hold for 4 seconds. Remind yourself of your goals. Exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds, releasing thoughts that aren't serving you. And then ask yourself, what's the best thing I can do right now? It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to move you forward. Sometimes breathing and asking yourself a better question is enough to shift your mindset. But sometimes it's not. And that's okay. You're not doing it wrong. You're just human. In those moments when your thoughts are racing and you feel stuck in a negative loop, try this technique used by elite athletes. It's called the thought stopping technique. I know, super creative, right? A well known sports psychologist teaches her athletes to interrupt negative spirals with a physical and verbal cue. Here's how it works. When you catch yourself spiraling, do something physical, like a firm clap, snap, even pinch your palm, and then say out loud or just firmly in your mind, stop. This quick, deliberate action interrupts the loop. It gives you just enough of a mental space to insert a new, more helpful action or thought. So practice this and customize. Some athletes use a clap, some tap their leg, some whisper reset, some take a deep breath and drop and roll their shoulders. The goal is to create a cue that tells your brain, this thought is not helping, let's move forward in a different direction. Try it out. Pair this with the breathing exercise we just did and see what works best for you, and make it part of your mindset toolbox. After we've reframed and refocused, the final step in this mindset reset is to recover. Recovery doesn't just mean bouncing back physically, it means mentally resetting from the self-talk that drags you down. Here's how we do that. Replace the negative spiraling thought with a positive, present tense, believable thought that is focused on the next action you can take. So, example from sports psychologist Wendy Swift. Imagine you forgot your lunch, got overwhelmed, and ended up grabbing fast food. Instead of spiraling into, I messed up, I always do this, my day is ruined, Try this. Okay, lunch wasn't ideal, but I can still make a solid choice for dinner and stay on track with my goals. That's a recovery statement. It's honest, kind, and action focused. So, the 4 rules of a strong recovery thought are that it uses positive language, focusing on what you can do. It stays in the present tense to keep it grounded in the now. It's task focused, meaning it's pointing you towards the next right action. And it's believable. It has to feel real to you, something that you could do. So now you're going to pause again, and in your workbook, you're going to think about a situation where your motivation started to dip. What did your inner voice say at that moment? Now, rewrite that as a positive replacement thought using the 4 rules above. Recovery isn't about perfection, it's about getting back on track faster and with less damage. The faster you replace the thought, the faster you return to aligned action. Sometimes recovering from a setback isn't just about changing your mindset, it's about adjusting your strategy. That brings us to one last piece of the recovery process. Do your current goals still fit your life right now? Check your confidence level. Ask yourself, am I still 90% confident I can follow through with this goal? Or better yet, would I bet my house on it? If the answer is no, that doesn't mean you failed. It means it's time to adjust, not give up. If the action step still makes sense and aligns with your current capacity, refocus and recommit. If, though, your situation has shifted, revise your action step to meet yourself where you are now. So, for example, let's say your original goal was to bring lunch to work 5 days a week, but now your schedule has changed and you're barely home in the evenings. Instead of ditching the goal, adapt it. Okay, I'll bring lunch 2 days a week and stock my desk with a backup protein option and maybe throw some frozen veggies in the work freezer. Support makes the shift easier. You don't have to navigate these adjustments alone. This is where your support system matters. Your friends, your family, your gym community, and of course, this group in particular. And me, someone who can help you step back, reflect, and reset your strategy without shame or guilt. Too many R's in that sentence. Progress isn't about sticking to a perfect plan. It's about having a flexible mindset, a clear why, and the right support to make changes that last. When it comes to mindset, it plays a huge role in whether or not we reach our goals. Just like with lifting, if you approach the bar already doubting yourself, your body will follow that doubt. But when you walk up confident, focused, and ready, you're far more likely to succeed. Your mind leads your movement. Over the course of Fuel for Fall, use these 3 mindset strategies to help you stay on track and stay committed. Establishing your why, setting realistic, action-focused goals, handling adversity using the 3 R's: reframe, refocus, and recover. You've already shown up for yourself by committing to this program. Now take what you learn in the next 4 weeks and apply it, especially when things feel hard, messy, or off track. So thank you for joining Fuel for Fall. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. A couple of other things I went over is just make sure that you're communicating in the group. Make sure that you're using your resources. If you have questions, please message me right away. I will do my best to answer within like 12-ish hours. If for some reason you don't hear from me within 12 hours, message me again. It might have like dinged me a notification while I was in class and I forgot to go back to it or something like that. So make sure that you follow up with me if you don't hear back within that like 12-hour window there. But otherwise, if you have any questions and you feel like they would benefit everyone, you can post them right in our group chat. If you feel like that would be better addressed privately, you can just absolutely message me by hitting that plus sign in the bottom right corner of your app there. And of course, yeah, I look forward to seeing you all succeed.